going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Pure Buckets Podcast. How is everybody doing today?
Great.
Pretty good.
Good start. Today we're going to be doing another episode of the Start Bench Cut, which we have done, I think, once or twice we've done it before? I think it was just one video.
Don't even think we've done this.
No, I swear to God, we've done one video of this. I know for a
If-
fact. I had a wheel, and I had remember it was the wheel, and we spun the wheel, and it was...
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure we had that one. Yeah, we did. And we had all time in there and stuff. Yeah, whatever. But we're doing a quicker one. We all brought 2 Start Bench Cut possibilities, so it's a total of 6 discussions we're going to be having. And let's not waste any time. Let's get right into it. So who wants to go with the first one?
Alright, since someone's volunteering, I'll go. Alright. I got you an interesting one here. And don't meme me for this.
You're
alright?
getting memed.
Anyways, so this is a Braun one. By Braun one, I mean all 3 are Braun. But so we're gonna be alright, Start Bench Cut Miami LeBron, 2006 Cavs LeBron, and Lakers LeBron.
Okay, I'm gonna just have to search up 2006 LeBron.
Alright, so if you want to know 2006 LeBron, that's the LeBron that scored. He averaged the most points he ever did in a season in his entire career.
Okay. So that LeBron.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
Wait.
Yeah,
Probably is true. Hold on.
Yeah, 31.4.
He didn't win the scoring chip that year, I think.
Yeah, he didn't, because I'm pretty sure that was who won in 06?
Was it Kobe with 35?
Oh yeah,
Maybe.
it was.
But okay. And then Miami LeBron. And then what was it? What other?
Wait, just
what
like
other
Miami LeBron as an entity, like a whole thing?
Yeah, just his entire time in Miami.
Yeah, just his time in Miami. This is what he was.
Okay.
And then what was the third one?
Lakers LeBron. Just his time as a Laker.
That hasn't been too.
I have an answer already. If you want me to go.
Yeah, you go first because you're the LeBron fan.
So I look at this. I thought it was pretty simple, to be honest.
I have an answer in my head, but I don't know how good it is.
Start Miami LeBron, peak of his career. Well, maybe close to basically his peak. Right, best he ever played. Unbelievable, best player of all time, right there. And that's that start. I would probably bench. It's really this one's a bit harder because 06. Well, okay, by 06, you could think. By 06, I'm gonna go 2005 to 2006. I'm probably gonna bench 06 Braun and then cut Lakers LeBron just because out of his time as a Laker, he hasn't played that many games, right? He hasn't been so healthy. When he is, he's still very good, obviously, but 06 Braun played 79 games. And he's like a young and he's hella athletic. He going crazy. That's like bro got bounce, right? So that's why I would bench him and put him above Lakers LeBron, just because he's way more healthy and he's also way more athletic, and he's definitely not as intelligent, I guess you could say, and experienced as Lakers LeBron, obviously.
Yeah, that's where I was leaning towards as well.
But I think just like the pure physical dominance he had back then, he doesn't show as much anymore because he's obviously just older, right? I think that's what puts him above.
Go ahead, Rohan.
No, I mean that's the same idea I had when I saw the question.
Yeah.
That Lakers LeBron would be probably cut. Bench would probably be 2006 LeBron, and then Miami LeBron would be starting.
It's a tough one for sure. I would say in my heart originally I thought Miami and then Cleveland and then LA, same as you guys. But I don't know, when I think about it, it's like 06 LeBron, first time in the playoffs. Obviously the whole season he played really well, but he has no chips. Lakers LeBron won a chip.
That is true. He was still winning chips.
He had help though. He had help.
But,
he had help
yeah,
in
I
LA.
think that's
He had
kinda
no
like
help
the
back then.
difference.
I know, but the one where he won a chip in the playoffs, 27.5, 10.8 boards, 8.8 assists.
I mean,
I'm
that's
not
LeBron.
saying Lakers LeBron above. I'm just saying looks like a different breed, you know.
Dude, look at this. Efficiency field goal percentage from 06 playoffs to the 2020 playoffs. He went up a whole 10%. That's a lot.
That is a lot.
Yeah, efficiency.
But you gotta look at how the
He
points.
played
a lot of
10
his
less
points
minutes
were
a game.
generated.
Yeah, he played 10 less minutes a game in the playoffs between those 2 years, and he only averaged 3 points less.
That's fair. That is.
That's no, but so that's what I'm saying is
That's very
that
impressive.
that Lakers LeBron like when we talk Lakers LeBron, like I'm not really, to be honest with you, I'm not really talking like his first year with the Lakers where he played 55 games, which isn't bad, but like he didn't make the playoffs in his first year because he like ended up being injured. Like the first time he made the playoffs with the Lakers, he won the chip.
Yeah.
And then obviously the second year we know how that went with Phoenix, and then obviously this previous year, obviously he didn't make it, but I don't know. It's actually I feel like I might actually go with the Lakers LeBron on the bench. It's hard because like when I think Lakers LeBron too, I'm also thinking now. Which if we're talking now, then I'd rather have the Cleveland LeBron, obviously because just the youth aspect. Like there's so much bound, so much more athleticism. I feel like than the LeBron we have now. But the game, his game has changed so much from 06 to now. Like again, like he's way more experienced.
He has way more
polished.
of a outside shot now than he did back then. Like,
yeah.
Did LAFU3 exist back then? I don't know.
So, I'm actually gonna go. I'll just take the. Also, because this LeBron is a point guard. Like Lakers LeBron is like actually a point guard.
True. I think they actually like wrote him down as a point guard.
So I'll go because we're not taking like if we were talking like Cleveland LeBron, like not like the second half of Cleveland, just the first half of Cleveland, I'd bench him. But if we're talking solely 06, I would go Miami and then bench the LA and then I'd cut the Cleveland one.
Oh, you take right
And then,
there. Yeah, I can't disagree with that. I mean, I see no issue
the
with that.
same player retro.
I just, I put a lot of value into that youthness and
yeah.
yeah.
It's changed quite a bit over 20 years.
Yeah, it's just you value that, and it's the same way that I value having obviously a lot of experience and just so much efficiency. So yeah,
You really can't go wrong here.
Yeah, you really can't because it's LeBron, right? LeBron's always been good. All right, Rohan, we'll go to your first one, but the second one overall.
Okay, start bench cut. Jimmy Butler, Jason Tatum, Luka Doncic.
Okay, all right. This is gonna sound so slander-like. I'm Daniel. This is gonna sound so slander-like and so recency bias, but I don't want to hear it because I've had this opinion for a very long time.
Wow.
I copped out in a previous episode because I wanted to agree with you guys, but it wasn't how I truly felt. So I stand by this because I've had this opinion like all season. I'm starting Luka and I'm benching Jimmy and I'm cutting Tatum.
Same guy who said the Celtics are winning it all. Same guy. Same guy.
I mean, he was on the winning team this season. Well, almost winning. Sorry, almost winning team.
Like I think Luka's a no question start.
Yeah, for sure. I would say, despite his I would say Butler probably has the more two-way balanced game, but at the same time, Luka's offense is just way too.
Alright, well, I got you an answer. Obviously, starting Luka. There's no other right answer for start. Start Luka. I will be benching Jason Tatum, cutting Jimmy Butler. Now, let me explain.
I'm not mad at that, by the way.
Let me explain. I'm not saying you're mad.
That's kind of close.
So basically,
They're all good players.
why I started Tatum over Butler. Here's why. I understand that Tatum pulled up to the finals and just threw. I get it. But I would rather have Jason Tatum, first of all, because he's a lot younger,
Bruh.
right? But just on a pure skill basis,
The potential.
I think Tatum's more valuable, right? Because Jimmy Butler will get your whole team involved and blah, blah,
No, but
and
listen
he can
to me. You said he's
What?
more valuable. And is that? Would you say he's more valuable because he has the big youth factor? Because he can develop more. Is that
You're
what you're?
looking at
Is that where you're putting a lot of value in him?
Yeah, I do expect him to get a lot better. So
No, but you know what I'm saying?
if you're looking at it, no, if you want to look at it just as they are right now,
Yes, it's right because it's start bench cut. Who would
get
you
it,
want to
I
win
get
a
it.
game, right?
to win a game, I'm still taking Tatum.
All right. Well,
You
that's
gotta
where we
understand,
disagree.
coming into that last finals, Tatum hella tired. He played so many more games than the Warriors did, right? Hella tired. So he got there, and he's first time in the finals. You cannot think about what he did in the other rounds. He played well in every single other round.
Yeah, of course.
That I
mean,
think
to
can
be fair,
carry
he did
over.
beat Butler's team.
I feel like he has that demon mode mentality for what he wants. He's like, you know what? I'm going crazy. This game, I'm gonna win. And most of the times, When he does that, they end up winning. Tatum has that ability to drop 50, right? Butler can too, but I just think Butler less of that demon mode scorer type compared to Tatum. And that's what I put the
I
diff
agree
at.
with Cole on this side of the debate. That would be my answer, where Tatum would get cut.
But not even on like a
But-
hate thing. Like I'm
Yeah,
still
it's not
so
like a hate.
impressed by what he
Yeah,
did.
they're all amazing players. It's just.
If I had to literally start bench cut on my roster for a team, obviously we're starting Luka, no question.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, okay, well I'm only allowed to have either Butler or Tatum, and I'm trying to like win the chip this year. All right, give me Butler. I'm not actually thinking twice about it either, to be honest with you.
Okay, well, why do you think? Why would you rather have Butler so much
I
over
don't know.
Tatum?
I've just been so. I mean, obviously, you know how I feel about Butler. Like, even like in the midseason when we did like those lists, our first time I ever did lists. Remember, I had Butler above Braun and stuff.
Which is crazy and illegal.
Butler is just so, like everything that you just said about Tatum. I feel like can apply to Butler. Like you said, like you know, he has that mentality in this playoffs. You saw it where if he wants to just take it over and win the game. That's exactly what Butler did. Butler was arguably the MVP of the entire playoffs.
I won't deny that.
Yeah, true.
I mean,
The most going in his playoff career, Butler the most he's ever averaged in a whole playoffs before this playoffs was 22.9. This playoffs he averaged 27.4. How he's only getting like that's a huge jump. Because remember, I don't know if you guys remember about this, but last year in the playoffs, when Miami they got bounced by Milwaukee round 1, they got swept last year, round 1, and he played horribly. Remember that? Because that's what. Remember everyone was talking about. That was the photo that said Jimmy Butler was like, oh, he's ready, and he was like, hey, I had like those crazy angles where like the veins were coming out and everything. He looked actually roided up. And remember he got swept and he played horrible. Right? That's what everyone was talking about. Like they were all like, this dude's an actual clown. Then he comes back and like he went because he shot under 30% in that Milwaukee series last year. And now for this entire postseason, he averaged over 50% from the whole floor. You don't see that a lot today from players that aren't bigs.
That is true. I don't know. I feel like when he has those off stretches, it's not just like a one-nighter. Like a one bad night type thing. I feel like he has a bad series.
You think Tatum's a little more consistent?
Series. Well, okay, Tatum you can't put Tatum on that high consistency either because he's not the most consistent player either.
Just a tiny bit.
I don't know. I'd say they're probably
like
I don't know,
he's
probably
very
a tiny bit
consistent.
better maybe, but I feel like I can just trust Tatum more.
Trust Tatum with the offense more. Okay.
Yeah, because we saw what he did in every single round besides the finals, right? Like, I feel like he can do that in the finals too. He's just tired plus inexperienced. So
Well, okay.
I mean, okay.
Cool
Well,
stuff.
based on the deal, who do you think is a better defender?
Between the two,
I'd probably have to go Jimmy, to be honest with you.
yeah.
But it's like that is really close. They're both extremely close, to be honest with you.
Defensively, yeah, they're kind of close.
It's not
I don't
close to
know
the
who to-
playmaking. Buzz way better playmaker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He gets his team involved
Well,
much better than Tatum does.
actually, you know, I don't know about that statement, Vivian. I don't like that statement.
I mean,
Tatum was like the first. He was, dude. His assist numbers ridiculous.
Yeah, postseason. Like even when he like wasn't like scoring insane amounts,
You know
was, like,
you know he posted the most
distributing
ever
the ball
assists
really
by a
well.
player in their finals debut.
I did not know that.
I wouldn't.
No, you still cannot tell me that Tatum is getting players more involved than Butler. That's just not true. Just on average,
don't think,
if you play a basketball game, on average you're playing a basketball game.
Okay.
Who will be getting your other teammates more involved? Like who's gonna elevate the team more, right? Versus
Well-
playmaking. It's gonna be Butler. He's gonna get more people involved. Tatum gonna be more focused. He can get people involved, but he's gonna be more focused on scoring the ball. He does average way more points than Butler does, but that's not Butler's focus isn't scoring. He's more of the defense team oriented. I'll score if we need it. He still averages 20, so not like he doesn't score, but I'll score when we need to and also get everybody involved and be a good defender.
But if we're talking just straight, if you just look at a straight number, literally just the assist, Tatum averages more assists this playoffs than Butler does.
Well, yes, Tatum had a very good playoff run, I'll tell you.
But I think teammates, I guess, kind of play into that.
That's true. That's true. Your
Well,
team
yeah,
got to make shots.
that is one thing about assists. People, you can't. Assists are obviously a fantastic stat, right? But they're literally solely based on you can make a great pass, but if your bro don't make the shot, then it's just gone. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like they both have. I feel like that's why I think these two guys are both superstars because they both have. I feel like every attribute needed. They just have to elevate themselves more. That's why it's a close one. Luka. Okay, we forgot about Luka, but Luka is like. Why is Luka such a clear choice?
You just cannot compare the level of scoring that Luka does compared to any of these other guys.
That's true. Scoring.
Luka will go and drop 45 and be like, "Yep." And his mentality is. I don't care what y'all say. I like Luka's mentality way more.
Bro,
than
how you know man's mentality like that? How do you know that?
Everybody tough when they up. Everybody tough when they up.
No, but how do you know man's
Then he
mentality?
He went, and he told the Jazz to go home. Not the Jazz, but he told the Suns to go home. The 60-something win Suns, go home.
Well,
I'm telling you right now, you put Tatum on that team, they're not beating the Suns.
Put Tatum on what team?
On
The Mavs.
you replace the Mavs. You replace Luka with Tatum. The Mavs are not winning that series. Tatum with Butler. The Mavs are not winning that series.
All I know is that I'm clipping that.
What? You really think if you put Tatum on that same team,
No,
they're
no,
winning?
I'm not disagreeing. I think that's very. I feel like that could potentially be a hot take.
Future
I'm just saying.
Tatum, 4 rings. Oh yeah.
What? Future Tatum. I feel like I'm saying Tatum a bum.
I'm joking.
He's not a bum.
I'm joking.
No, we know he's
Yeah.
not a bum.
Fantastic playoff
No.
run. I just think Luka's way better player. Scoring,
I
not
guess for right
defensively.
now,
I don't think
yeah,
Luka's
you know,
that good of a
not bad
defender.
with your take, yeah.
I don't know, man. But yeah, okay. So me and Rohan got Luka, bench Butler, cut
Butler
Tatum,
and-
but not on some recency bias. I hate Tatum stuff. And then Vivin Scott.
Yeah.
Just
I
because
think
Vivin doesn't like
Tatum.
Butler. So.
Yeah.
It's not true, but I think you're just supposed to be recency biased after. I remember all the things Cole told me about Tatum. He got a dog mentality. He a scorer. He a defender.
Yeah, and
And they
Jimmy
lost
Butler's the
finals, and
exact
now
same
Cole's
thing.
like, "Oh my god."
No, that's
Whatever.
not true.
Whatever. Give me yours, bro. Come on.
All right, here's the next one. It's going into this next season. You ready for this?
Mhm.
Alright.
John Wall, Russell Westbrook, and Jalen Brunson.
It's like into
Wall,
this
Russell
next
Westbrook,
season.
and Brunson.
Yeah. So Wall's with the Clippers,
Mhm.
Westbrook's with the Lakers, and Brunson, obviously, he's still currently, like, I guess he's technically still a member of the Mavs, but he's gonna. I think he's gonna end up in New York. So,
Mm.
what do we think? What are we thinking? He's gonna get his bag. Brunson's gonna get his bag. No matter where he goes, he's getting a big contract.
Mm.
And then obviously we know about Westbrook and we know about John Wall's capabilities. To be honest with you, I don't really know. I'm trying to think right now. I think if I was going into next season,
This is tough, TBH.
this is hard because I really want to put Wall up there, but the issue with Wall is that we just haven't seen him play.
Yeah.
Like he's been healthy all year, but he just hasn't played.
The Rockets were like, nope, you're
Yeah.
not playing.
So I don't really know. But I was telling this to Mahir because Mahir asked me like I don't really get it. Like, why are people freaking out about Wall going to the Clippers? Because I thought he was at his prime. And I basically told him, I was like, Wall's a very interesting case that we haven't really like. When was the last time we've seen this kind of situation with like a player like John Wall? His entire career, he's a consistent like he can get you 20 and 8. I feel like still going forward, he can get you 20 points and 8 assists on average, right?
You think he still do that?
I think he can.
Probably
Efficiently?
He's done it for every single. Yeah, he's done it for every season,
every time.
I'm not doubting you. I'm just asking questions.
right? So I
think
think he's a consistent 20 and 8, right? And the reason that everyone thinks he's out of his prime, well, we don't know. That's what I'm saying. It's hard that we don't really know if he's out of his prime. He's only played 40 games over the last 3 years. He didn't play it all in 2019, 2020. Finally, and then he played 40 games with Houston, in which he only averaged 32 minutes a game, and he still put up 20 and 7. And then he didn't play, obviously, last year, right? So we don't really know what version of John Wall we're going to get. But what we do know is that the only versions that we've ever seen of John Wall is a consistent 20 and 8 kind of guy. Now, do we think injuries might affect him? Do we think, obviously, not playing in games might affect him? I don't know. He's a 5-time consecutive All-Star. Like, I feel like he knows his way around a basketball court.
Yeah. I mean, people forget John Wall, what he was, bro. He was...
But Mahir was
Crazy
like,
what he
Mahir was
did.
like, well, why are people freaking out? Because isn't he out of his prime? Well, we don't really, that's the thing. We don't know if he's out of his prime.
If he's still in his prime, that Clippers
There's
team.
motivation to try in
He's
Houston.
only 31 years old, guys.
Yeah, he can still be... I mean, he do got hella injuries, but, like... It's not
Obviously-
it's not like he's going to LA to be a star.
Yeah.
He's going there to be a great third option. And that's a good role for him, I think. He's definitely lost the ability to be a first option.
Paul George is 32 years old. Wall and Leonard are both 31.
You know, a bit older. That's not too old though. Like, especially how long players play these days. That's fine.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's
They're
totally
killing-
fine. Those dudes are still
they have a
those three.
squad.
Well, obviously we know about George and Leonard. They're both elite still. Elite.
Oh yeah, for sure. I have no doubts that Kawhi will come back as a top 10 player.
Just gotta hope for no injuries, right?
Yeah.
And
Again,
then,
So that's the only thing holding them back, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would.
What about the other two players?
Yeah, that's the thing. Westbrook. I mean, you know how I feel about Westbrook.
You thought-
No, but
pretty
I'm
sure-
not
did
gonna
you-
lie.
Did you say during the playoffs that Brunson was better?
Oh, absolutely. Brunson was amazing this previous season. He did, dude. I watched that boy in the playoffs, batting him down. He was lethal in the paint. Now, was he as consistent as I would have liked him to be? No, he wasn't as super consistent. But his game is something that we don't really see out of a point guard right now, I feel like.
That's fair.
But I mean, it
It's
doesn't
fair
mean
to
just because his
cut
game's different
Westbrook
doesn't mean like it's hard because it's too, obviously like if we were going last year Russell Westbrook, I'd just cut Westbrook, no lies, right? But I for some reason I have a weird optimism going into next season about Russell.
You
It
think
can only
he's,
go up
you think
from
he's
here.
gonna make it work? He's always telling me.
He
I
can
think
only
I think
go
he's
up
gonna
from
do
here.
better than what he did last season. How about that?
For sure.
Yeah, that's not hard to do, but
He
yeah, I
literally
can see
can
that for
only
sure.
go up.
Like I don't know if like he might not average 20, but he'll.
Please tell me he doesn't.
But again, like they're telling him to be really on the defensive side, and so if for some reason he actually does somehow become this defensive anchor of the team with AD, I mean then we're talking about a completely different team.
Yeah.
We just have to hope that Westbrook has it in him to focus a lot of his.
Find a little
I'm not
defense.
such a
Yeah.
positive person on Westbrook, but yeah, you know. Alright, here's what I'll give you. We're gonna start John
I would
Wall.
Start Wall. Yeah, for sure.
We're
Yeah,
going
for
to. I just have to say, I just have to bench Westbrook, and then cut Brunson. I say this because I agree with everything Cole said about John Wall being like, we don't know if he's out of his prime.
That's why it's so hard to start him though.
Yeah, but it's not like he did play somewhat well when he did play in Houston.
I know, but he played 40 games over the last
I know,
3
but-
years. That's
but-
worse than Kyrie by a mile, Vipin.
I feel okay. I get that, but like in Houston, what is the point of him playing?
No. I'm not saying he should have played.
I get it, but like, I just think he still has a bit of potential there, right? And if you go to the bench, if you go to the bench, I feel like just straight up this name value, Russell Westbrook, right, over just a role player. Russell Westbrook at this point has to become a role player for this to work.
You know what's interesting about John Wall though? Because I tweeted this like I think a month ago. I was like really excited about John. I said I missed Wizards John Wall or whatever. But what I've just realized that he's going to the Clippers, right? John Wall's only teams ever is him carrying the load of the Wizards when he plays, and then just being on a Rockets team where he doesn't do anything. So, I wonder how he's gonna fit into like an actual star-studded team in the Clippers. Like, I actually genuinely have like the Clippers as very, 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 very high on the list.
Next season?
Yes, I say, yeah. I say the Clippers arguably are the top threat in the entire Western Conference next season. Because you look at the teams, right? Yeah, let's pull up the teams in the West.
You have the Clippers. You have
Phoenix.
what else? The
Okay,
Suns,
Phoenix,
maybe.
right? You have Memphis, who's just gonna get stronger.
Yeah.
Still Golden State, obviously, because you know you can't ever rule out Golden State until I swear to God, until Curry is gone or something happens, you can't rule out Golden State.
Yeah, one of his three have to go.
Dallas is getting better because obviously they just got Christian Wood. Luka is a monster. Brunson leaves, yes, but do they need Brunson as much as they needed Christian Wood? I actually don't think so,
They probably need
because they already have Dinwiddie as a secondary guard play. So you have Dallas, you have Denver at full strength, hopefully. That's another team. You have a Minnesota team that's just getting better. The Clippers, the Pelicans. Oh my God, look at the Pelicans with Zion coming back.
Let's just say there's a lot of threats.
There are so many threats in the West. So
Next
many
season.
threats.
Um,
Not to mention the Lakers, and then not even. I don't really like to count the Jazz, but the Jazz are still. If they keep their roster how they are right now, they're still going to be a winning record team. That's the thing. So I've just named what I just named to you is 10 teams in the West that all could finish with winning records. That's what I'm saying. Because the East is this previous season there was 10 teams with winning records. But I think the West, dude, the West is, dude, they are dangerous.
Demon mode?
What'd you say?
West on demon mode?
Yeah, I was just listing the teams like that are just absolute threats. Because I don't know if you know what I said, but because I don't know if you just left by then, but I was talking about how with John Wall, he was on the Wizards where he was basically the main man on the Wizards for his entire career. Even though Bradley Beal was there, Wall is the man with the Wizards. And then obviously he was gone, and then he went to Houston, right? And then from there, it's like, has John Wall ever been on a team like the Clippers? No, not even close. He's always had to be in the front load, or he's just being asked to not play. Now he's being asked to slot in, use his talents to enhance an already star-studded roster. So I want to see if that's going to make him like an incredible player, or we're going to see a bit of a regression. I don't know. So, but to answer the question of the start bench cut, I'm also going to start Wall. Oh my God, it's so, Westbrook and Brunson is hard because I remember we did this in the mid-season, and I was like Brunson over Westbrook, and then Lewis was like losing his mind. But I don't know, like I think until further notice, until I actually see what Westbrook can do on the court, I have to bench Brunson and cut Westbrook.
Wow.
I have to see Westbrook on the court not be like last season. I can't. Because at least Brunson's going out there and just, dude, Brunson, I don't know. There's something about Brunson. I don't know. Rohan, what do you think?
Brunson.
I would bench Westbrook for next season,
That's
probably,
okay.
and cut Brunson.
That's fine. We're all starting Wall, though, which is very interesting.
Got faith, you know.
Yeah. All right, well, we'll move on to the next
How
one
he hasn't
then.
regressed.
Vipin, go ahead.
All right, so I got you an interesting one. All right, so we have start bench cuts between Klay Thompson,
Yeah.
Reggie Miller,
Ooh.
and
Okay.
Ray Allen.
Okay. You know what's funny? I was gonna make a start bench cut between Reggie Miller and Ray Allen, but then I couldn't find a third player for it.
Oh.
And Clay's a good perfect one. I made sure not to include Curry because then it makes it obvious. This is like
That who you would start
a
at
lot
least.
closer.
Yeah, this is hard, you know.
Hey, I know who I would start, but the other two are so hard.
Because we could have someone. I feel like this might be the one where someone starts a player that somebody else cuts.
That could be the case.
Yeah, this is so. I was thinking about it when I was making. I was like, holy, I'm not even sure.
Because, dude, these dudes are kind of similar.
Well, they're all kind of sharpshooters, you know.
Absolutely. Wait, I gotta check something. Huh. Huh. This is bad, you know. It's really bad because whoever gets cut, it sounds like it's getting disrespectful. Even though I already know who I'm cutting, but I could defend them.
You know who you're cutting?
Yeah, I know who I'm
Demon.
cutting.
That is so cursed.
I know who I'm cutting, but the other two, I can't decide the other two. Wait, are we talking? What are we? We're obviously talking all time, right? Like we're not talking like current Clay. We're talking like all time Clay.
Yeah, bro. How would it be current when the two of these dudes are retired?
I'm just asking a question, you know.
If it was current, I would mention. But yeah, that's so difficult. I mean, the way. Okay, I'll tell you who I would start.
Oh, this is so criminal.
What?
I feel like I have an idea.
Oh my god, I want to end my life.
I'm starting Ray Allen. That's what I'm saying. Now for the other two. You know, it's kind of tough. I don't really know what to tell you with the other two.
I have a question. Has Ray Allen ever been like a #1 player on his team?
Multiple times.
Milwaukee, Seattle? Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, there's seasons that he averaged 26.
There are indeed in his peak seasons where.
See, I don't really know about when I think of Ray Allen. That's my issue. I don't think of like prime time Ray Allen. That's where I'm like.
I'd say during his peak years,
he was
like
in Seattle.
Before he ever made it to Boston, he averaged 23 points a game, about 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and he shot about 40% from 3 on 7 attempts. And he plays around, what, 38 minutes a game?
You know what? I'm going to have to agree with you. I think I'm going to start Ray Allen as well.
Just because I don't think either of the other two guys could... Okay, I feel like Reggie's more of a first option than Clay. But, like...
Oh, I guess I'll finish my list. I have Ray Allen, and then I'm benching Clay, and I'm cutting Reggie Miller.
Cutting Reggie Miller?
Probably have to agree, to be honest, but that's so tough. Like, let me go look at how Reggie Miller's like just overall play.
I was thinking of cutting Reggie initially too.
On God, Reggie Miller, he's like obviously he is Vibin. You talk about dudes that like want to just win the game, right? Reggie Miller is that guy who's just like he'll get you he's Mr. Clutch, to be honest with you. He will get you those buckets, and also he's one of the only dudes ever to put up didn't he have a 50 40 90 year? I think he did. Yeah, he had it in 93 94. But does Reggie Miller do anything other than score? No.
Nope, it's not.
I don't think Reggie Miller does anything other than score.
He's not the best defender.
His pedigree of his level of scoring in the moments that he does it in puts him obviously a lot higher because we're talking about a dude that all he does is score and does nothing else. He's never won a chip, and guess what? He made the NBA 75th team, right?
Clay is not on the 75th team.
He's not.
So, what do you think about that?
Which is crazy because I said Clay shouldn't be there, but I'm having him over Reggie.
That sounds kind of funky, huh? So you're saying Reggie shouldn't be there either? I mean, okay. Over some of the other players like they
he
left out.
He might not have to be Vipin.
Over some of the players they left out, like
well,
for
okay,
example,
well, yeah. I was gonna say personally, I wouldn't have some of those dudes like Paul Arizin and like
Howard.
Those dudes, you know.
You cannot have Dwight Howard not in there, bro. Come on, that's so criminal.
Yeah, but I wouldn't have like all those old, like those real old heads in there because those dudes are honestly in there just for history purposes.
Well, you kind of have to respect them. Like,
yeah, you can respect them, but like you know, like one of the dudes I would even consider leaving in. You know, as we talk about George Mikan, right? You know, they have Mikan drills, right? He played in the he played when the NBA first became the NBA, right? He only played 7 years in the league. Okay. He's won many rings, right? He's won 5 rings because he was a Lakers merchant, right?
He's the GOAT. No.
And you look at his he's a 23-13 career player, 3-time scoring champ, and he's a 27 PER. Like it's crazy, right? When you just look at that at face value. We're talking about a guy that was literally the tallest dude in the league at the time, and he shot a career 40% from the whole floor?
That might be a tiny bit tiny bit.
Who we talking about right now?
George Mikan.
George Mikan.
Oh.
There is literally, Rohan, there is literally the drill, the Mikan drill, is literally a layup drill. And he's shooting
all he can
40%
make.
from the floor as the tallest dude on the court at all times.
It might be because that was all he could make.
It's crazy, bro.
was like,
Averaging
I'ma just
averaging
practice
28
what I
points,
can
right?
do.
But he's shooting 23 field goals
That's what I'm saying.
attempts. Wait, dude, he had a
Hold on,
season
hold
where
on.
imagine your center shooting 30% from the field.
Not just a center. He's the tallest dude on in the league.
There's no one taller.
Tight.
It's like
See what's-
7 freaking.
No, he's only 6'10", but like dudes weren't that tall back then.
6?
Oh,
Okay, well,
wait, yeah,
well,
true,
that's
yeah,
not true. That's not true. That's a rumor. That's a myth. The average height of the league has basically been unchanged since the start. Around like 6'9" or something.
All right, well I'll give you their roster. You ready for this? Their roster, and for one of them years included a dude that was 5'10" and 5'11" and went all the way up to 6'7", and then George Mikan was 6'10", 245,
Oh, shooting 40%.
and he's shooting 40% from the floor.
That's mind-boggling.
Right, so
you
George
know?
Mikan is great, right? Because just when you just look at that 23 and 13, the 27 PRs we talked about, 5 rings, right? But you look at the era and look, he's shooting 40%.
That man would not even be a role player this era. Let's be real.
So, all that to say, when we talk about Clay being in 75, I said he wouldn't be, right? But then that's if I'd be like, it's because you have to take out certain mans, like Paul Arizin and all those dudes that made the 75 list that are like just omega old, right? So, I don't know. But as far as the start bench cut goes, Rohan, what do you got?
What are the 3 players again? Oh yeah, Ray Allen, Klay Thompson, and what was it? Freaking Reggie Miller, right?
Yes.
Start Ray Allen. The situation, I'd probably have to bench Clay, cut Reggie, because
Clay's arguably one of the best catch and shoot players we've ever seen in the entire league.
yeah. Plus, I mean, he's kind of got that ring buff with him, you know.
Yeah, true. 4 rings in this decade.
He may not have been like a key player in any of them, but by a
Whoa.
key player I mean like lead player in any of them. It was
Whoa,
usually
whoa.
either Curry or KD.
But people also forget that
That's
Klay
not even
Thompson,
well.
before his injuries, was actually like a really solid defender as well. Where
Yeah,
these
for
other dudes
sure.
we're talking about, we're not talking about their defense.
Actually, I have some stats for you regarding Klay Thompson's defense.
But did you know that he was actually an all-defensive team member before his knee injury?
One time, but here's the thing. If you
Yeah,
look at
one
his
time. How
defensive-
many
look at
times
his
has Ray Allen and
defensive
Reggie Miller
rating.
got it?
Look at his defensive rating. He was solid before the injury, which is true. 104, 107, 108, 106. Good defender. And after injury, ruined, unfortunately.
Yeah. So what did I say? Right.
I mean, to be fair, though,
Basically,
we
I just
are going
confirmed
by
what you said.
culture.
Yeah, you just
We're
confirmed
going
what I
by
said.
culture.
He was a really good defender. You know how good of a defender you have to be to make an all-defensive? There's only 10 people in the entire league that get the all-defensive award. Your first
That's
team
just
or
true.
your second team. They said Klay Thompson, the year before his first major injury, was a top 10 defender in the league. That's what they're
You
saying.
know what?
Has
And
Klay
LeBron on it
Thompson-
6 times.
Dude, has Ray Allen and Reggie Miller ever sniffed top 10 defenders in the league?
No.
Exactly.
But Klay Thompson has never been a first option. Which is also a
Which is
plus
also-
for him, maybe. Because
Yes.
we've never seen him in that role.
Hmm.
We've seen
Could
Ray
be
Allen play the
averaging
first
more.
option. We've seen Reggie Miller play the first option. We
Yeah,
have
but at the
never
same-
seen
but
Klay
at the
Thompson
same
play the first
time,
option.
But at the same time, Klay Thompson isn't getting guarded like Curry is. Which means
So
that
it's
he's
true,
not getting
yeah.
guarded
He's more
like Ray
catch and
Allen
shoot.
was, or how Reggie Miller was.
Yeah, true. But still, here's my start bench cut. I'm starting Ray Allen, obviously. And no disrespect. No disrespect. But I'm benching Klay Thompson. Cutting Reggie Miller.
Yes, we all have the same one. All right.
Can't believe we're
No
cutting
disrespect
off all
to
of
Reggie
them.
Miller, though. No disrespect.
No,
Yeah.
These are all Hall of Famers.
true. Yeah.
Reggie Miller, by the way, has 0 rings.
Oh, come on. You can't say that.
Gotta feel like
But here's the
that.
thing. Also, we'll leave it on this one. Reggie Miller is also the only reason that the Indiana Pacers are a relevant franchise. All right, we'll move on.
That is also very
It's true.
true.
It's not true.
Okay, so my second one kind of got trolled by someone else.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
It's okay, Rohan. It can't be like two people in the same one, right?
Over.
So this is
What?
going into next season probably.
Okay.
Start bench cut: Kemba Walker, Russell Westbrook, and John Wall.
All right, we're gonna just skip this one.
Yeah, might have gotten trolled by someone.
Yeah, it's all right, happens. We're gonna skip that one. On God, I was thinking about doing that one too, but instead of Brunson, I was gonna do Walker. But then I realized, like, even it was me, right? I would still cut Walker. As one of the biggest Kemba Walker fans on the planet, I'd have to cut him.
I can confirm. This man has been talking about Walker for years. For years.
You'd have to cut him just because of what's going on. So we're just gonna skip that one, and we'll go to the last one. I have it. You ready?
I personally would cut Walker too.
Yeah.
So I don't blame.
All right. The last one I have here is a shooting guard bout. I guess some people, but honestly, where they are now, they're all the primary ball handlers anyways, so it doesn't really matter. We got Donovan Mitchell, Bradley Beal, and James Harden as they are right now.
No. That's tough, actually. That's really tough. That's a good one. That's good. I'll give you your props right there. That's a good one.
Nah, let's see this. I'll have to see their current stats, you know?
Yeah,
Well, actually,
you know it's a
there's-
bit criminal in
there's one
2K, by the
player that I
way,
don't.
because I'm doing I told you about the Jazz rebuild that I'm doing. Donovan Mitchell has an A- in perimeter defense.
Actually, yeah, that's kind of criminal. What the heck?
That's a bit
So
criminal.
high.
That's a bit criminal.
Bruh.
Why is it so high?
I don't know. Maybe they're not counting playoff, you know? Maybe they're not counting playoffs.
Yeah, but here's the one thing that we know about Donovan Mitchell: elite scorer,
Yeah.
Yep.
I would say.
System scorer.
system scorer.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah,
System?
he's elite.
The Jazz
He is
go
elite.
around
You
a
need
bit.
to stop. Yes, he's elite.
Elite scorer. What about the other two? Are they elite scorers?
I mean,
Of
Beal
course.
definitely is. And
But
Harden.
yeah, yes,
right
they are elite
now-
scorers. It's Harden.
Harden
I
right
understand
now-
he's a fraud, but he's still
Yeah,
hard.
I would say Bradley Beal is an elite scorer. Yeah.
Harden right now
Harden's a
is
troller. but, like,
probably is like a troller, but I don't know about. He's a lead scorer probably on his good days.
I cannot believe we are asking is
Right
Harden
now,
an
yeah.
elite scorer question.
Right now,
What
I can't
happened?
believe that, man.
No, it's Vivin.
same
It's a
guy who
serious
did-
question, Vivin.
No, I know, but like I'm so sad.
No, I know.
Like where have we come
Listen,
to,
we are
man?
sitting here asking the question: is James Harden an elite scorer? That's unbelievable.
Bruh.
How far has this man fallen?
I know, but Vivin.
This guy used to average 36.
We're living in a world where he's been traded twice in 2 years.
Whose fault is that? Exactly.
What?
I mean, that Brooklyn situation wasn't really good.
That's
really,
on him.
you know?
Maybe not Brooklyn. Okay,
I
it's
know,
not
right?
on him.
Is James Harden an elite scorer? Criminal. It's criminal.
But yeah, that's tough.
Okay, so but just overall, we're not talking about just scoring. Obviously, we're talking about overall here as they are right now. If you wanted to start bench cut these players, which direction would you go in? And this is killer, honestly, because if I'm being completely honest, I don't want to start any of them.
Why not?
I don't know. Cause I don't be liking Mitchell like that. I don't be liking Harden like that anymore. And then Beal, I would have loved to start Beal, but he's fresh off an injury, and he also played 40 games last season, in which those 40 games from his previous seasons took, for some reason, a massive regression. I don't know if it was because he had a lingering injury going on, and he was like playing through it, and they said, I actually don't really know the whole thing. But all I know is that last season, if you just look at it statistically, like he just fell off.
Fell off.
Yeah.
Mm,
So I don't know what version of Bradley Beal we're gonna get, but what we do know is that Bradley Beal is probably gonna sign a mega. He's getting $250 million this summer.
I knew that.
That's what. That's like. I mean, that's basically what he. That's the super max.
He's not getting that though,
No, he is.
because he's signing with LA.
No, he literally can't sign with LA.
That's what you think.
I guarantee you right now, I can put my money's.
Kidding, bro.
Flip this.
Obviously, he's not going to LA. They don't have the money for him.
my college tuition on it.
So which direction are we leaning in here? Because to be honest, I don't know who to start and I don't know who to cut. So
Here you go. I'm just gonna have to go
oh no.
based off of legacy here.
Oh, legacy.
Wait. You said right now,
Yeah,
though. didn't
right
you?
now.
Oh,
Yeah, you
I'm
can't do what
crying
you
then.
see.
Come on, bro.
Vivian,
You can't tell me.
Vivian, if it was all
What
time,
do
then
you-
you take
what do you
Harden,
said right
Beal, then
now?
Mitchell.
I know, but like,
Yeah.
bro, come on. It's James Harden.
I think we're gonna cut Harden. I'm not gonna lie.
Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. Please don't say that.
Ron,
Right
Ron,
now-
I'm not gonna lie. I might have to agree.
This man used to be our goat, bro.
He's like,
We used to sit there watching this man's games, and he just score like it was nothing.
Okay,
What
I
I
happened?
still love James Harden.
calm down,
but
calm down.
Cap. You should see what this man says about Harden behind the recording doors.
Okay. Actually, looking at their past season, right? Harden isn't that far off, actually. So I don't think it's a clear cut.
No, it's not. It's not. That's why I chose you three there. I feel like it's a very, very difficult choice to make.
All right, I'm saying it. I got you an answer. I am starting Donovan Mitchell. I am benching James Harden.
Oh no.
I am cutting Bradley Beal.
That is criminal. I won't lie. That's a bit criminal.
It's not criminal. I'll
I'd
tell you why.
rather do-
Beal has been scoring on a fraudulent franchise.
What do you mean?
Oh my god, he can average 30. Can he average 36 on a 60-something win team? No, okay, that wasn't 36, but still.
What are
Do
you
you put Beal on
talking
an
about?
actual
What
team?
is this
He's not
argument?
scoring like that. He's not doing it.
What do you mean on an actual team?
It's not happening. On an actual team, it's not
But
happening.
what does that mean, Vipin?
A team that's in contention for a solid playoff run.
Vipin, all that means is that he has to carry the load, and he does.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So his numbers are inflated.
I don't think they're inflated.
He's shooting 30% from three.
That's why I said it was last year, Vipin.
It's gonna continue. I'm saying he's washed.
Okay, so
no,
you're-
he's not washed.
Okay, so you're
Not
saying
watched,
it's gonna
but-
continue. Okay.
You
I think
think
it's
it's
gonna
gonna
continue. I think
Alright.
that continue. I think James Harden might step it up slightly because he's gonna be off a full summer off with Philadelphia, get more integrated into that system. I think he's gonna come back better. And Donovan Mitchell right now, I still think is better than both of those guys because he's. I'm not trying to put this on a whole age thing. But he's a bit younger.
Bro.
He's a bit more athletic, and he can score very well. So if you put him on any other system, he's still gonna be scoring just like that. And we saw what he could do in the playoffs. 'Cause he hit, I know the playoff run they choked, but we know that Donovan Mitchell can score well in the playoffs. We've seen it before. So I'm not. That's why I would start him.
Bro.
What's so criminal about what I said?
Bro, you're Mr. Playoffs, right? You are Mr. Playoffs. Like nothing matters until
You're
the
right
playoffs,
now. I
right?
don't know, man.
Donovan Mitchell is a one-sided machine in the playoffs. It's the same thing as Gobert. He gets exposed defensively. Like we talk, remember how Harden used to be on Shaq the Fool all the time because he just didn't play defense? And I can tell you right now, Harden is clear in front of Mitchell in terms of defense right now.
Okay, but what about Beal? Beal's a terrible defender. What?
No, I'm not talking about Beal. I'm just talking about you have Mitchell over Harden, right?
Yes.
James Harden is by far he's by far the best playmaker out of these three.
Have you seen that man
Yeah,
in the playoffs though? He's gone. Where'd he go?
James Harden compared to Donovan Mitchell?
Yeah.
I mean,
Let me look at the
one made it
actual
past
numbers.
The first round. I'm just saying.
All right, let's look here in the playoffs. Up that playoff series. Okay. So if you look at this throughout the playoffs, Mitchell's averaging, bro. Holy, he's kind of crazy. So in all of the playoff series, he usually averages what? 28 points, 36 points, 28 points, 34 points, 25 points. Now if you go to James Harden, even if you look at the efficiency, usually he's pretty efficient. Donovan's pretty efficient in the playoffs. Now if you go to James Harden, that man, you should know all of what he does in the playoffs. You should know by now. You should know by now. Considering who he played for, you should know by now. So I'm going right down here to playoff series. Harden. Wait. Okay, no. Okay, I thought. Okay, no. He just disappears in the playoffs when it matters the most.
Who?
James Harden. Am I right or wrong?
Well, you're not
Well,
wrong.
what are you talking about? You're
Disappears-
talking about his whole career? Then you're wrong.
Yeah, if you're talking about whole career, then you're wrong. Yeah, then.
No, I'm talking about somewhat pretty recently. He disappears.
What
He's
is
gone.
But if
somewhat
you're
pretty
talking about
recently?
right,
Be specific
if you're
here.
talking about right now,
Past 5 years.
Past 5 years?
Yeah.
Bro.
uh,
I hate people that just talk about, like, the final series that Brutta's played in.
it's 5 years.
What matters? Joker.
It's not a choker, though. Like, Harden... Bro, Harden began
He-
out the first round, right? And then people just forget the first round, and then... Because then he has a bad... Or not
Does
even
it
bad. He has
matter?
a lackluster second round. It does matter.
Does it?
Because people
No,
just
it doesn't matter.
People completely negate his first round.
Okay.
Acting like it's not
Okay.
the playoffs.
All right. All right. Here you go, Cole. I take a math class, right? I take a math class, and on the practice final, I get a 100.
Bro,
I'm like, woohoo! I'm
the
crazy.
playoffs is not a
And then
practice final.
I go to take the actual final, and I get a 35.
Bro, no,
You
here's the
think
difference.
Anyone's gonna
No, no, no.
congratulate me
Listen.
for
Here's the
the final?
difference. Here's the difference. A practice final has no value whatsoever. In the first round of a playoffs, you can go home instantly. It matters every time.
Winning the first round is not a huge flex.
Bro, but winning the first... No, but being in the first round isn't compared to a
It's
practice
better
test
than
that has
being
zero
knocked
worth.
out first round.
Alright, fine. I'll make a midterm maybe, something like that.
People do the same thing about, like... I'm not trying to change the sport here. But people do the
Oh my
same thing about, like,
God.
soccer, right? People talk about, like in tourneys or cups, like in the Champions League, they only talk about, like, the final or whatever the last round a certain player has played in. They say, oh, they haven't played well. Well, how about you look at everything else before that led up to that?
Wait a second. This Pelmav guy be talking about no recency bias, right? And then continues to poop
Oh
on Tatum,
my
having a
God.
bad finals and ignoring the
No,
nice finals
no.
run that he had.
No, he had an unbelievable finals run. But you know who else did?
Yeah, it's unreal.
All
This
right,
guy's
then, Jimmy Butler.
biased.
It's not biased. So when you talk about Harden, people say James Harden blows loads in the playoffs or something. That's
You cannot
cap.
say it like that.
That's cap.
Why'd you say it like that?
Now, is he like a Reggie Miller? No.
He doesn't come up clutch, I'll tell you that much, all the time.
He's not clutch.
All right,
He's
then
not clutch.
You can just say that. You don't have to say he underperforms in every playoff in the last 5
But,
years.
yeah, I don't
He's
think he underperforms.
Here's the thing, Cole. Does it, when it comes down to it in the playoffs,
Oh no.
does it matter if he dropped 37 a game? Okay, then it wouldn't matter. But okay, 37 is a lot.
I can't
No,
do it.
no,
with this
listen. If he plays a shot, kid, I'm gonna kill
This
you.
little baby.
All right, James Harden. Let's say he averages 26 points per game in the first round. Plays well, and then in the second round, let's just say he has an opportunity that he leads the fourth quarter every single game, but then blows it. He alone blows it by taking horrible shots and getting turnovers. Does it matter what he did in the first round? No, it doesn't.
Bro,
His mistakes overweigh
Oh
his
my
good
God.
things.
See, so what you are is
For
you're
it to
just
mean
you're a
something-
negative Nancy is what I'm hearing.
No, here's right here. Hey,
You
Cole,
focus
listen,
more on the bad than the
listen to me,
good. That's
listen
what
to me,
I'm
listen to me,
hearing.
listen to me.
That's what I'm hearing.
Listen to me. It's like if you in your personal life get something. Okay, let's say I buy you a nice present. All right, I buy you 10 packs of Pokemon cards, and the day after, I burn your house down. What are you gonna remember more?
Bro, are you serious right now? I think this convo is going way out of hand. It's
What are you
a-
gonna,
it's
what are
a-
you gonna remember?
It's a start
No.
bench cut between
What are
Mitchell,
you gonna
Harden,
remember?
and Beal. I'm gonna
What are you
remember.
gonna
I
remember?
remember you behind bars with your mugshot. That's what I'm gonna remember.
Exactly. You're gonna remember the negative things. That's how
Bro.
human minds work. That's how human minds work. Think about it. There's a psychological study made.
No, I'm not
On-
disagreeing with your psychological study crap. I don't care if it. I don't care.
3 good things equals 1 bad thing.
What I'm saying is, if a player has a good majority
Harden
of the
never
series,
makes up for
and
it.
then they come up short at the end, the only reason that they had a chance to even win in the later half of the series is because of the excellent performances
Choked.
before.
Choked. He choked when it mattered. He played well before, but when it came down to it, he choked.
Yeah, but it's better than choking for the whole series, like Jimmy Butler did in the previous
Oh,
season.
so you know what this reminds me of? This is just like how Braun makes the finals 10 times. 10 times.
Oh.
And everyone's like, oh my god, he didn't win. It doesn't matter. Okay.
Why do you think I say
Getting-
Braun going to the finals 10 times is so unbelievably impressive.
It's a flex, but it's because he plays well the entire time.
Exactly.
No, you act like Braun chokes in the finals. He only did that one time. One time.
All right,
He's not like
what's
Harden.
Harden's final sample size then? When he was a 6-man in OKC? I appreciate that, Vivian.
No, in the final stage of every single playoff run he's ever been, he's always underperformed. Always. Braun don't do that. He might lose. That's fair. He loses. He loses, but he doesn't underperform. He's always playing well. You can expect that from him for him to play well.
We're talking 100% or what?
I mean, he met like what the last series against the Suns. He didn't play so well.
What about that Mavericks?
But he was
final?
injured. Huh?
What about the Mavericks final?
Yeah, what about?
I excluded that one. That was on him.
Oh, so you just excluded it? Oh, you just passed that up.
One time, in 18 years, one time he did that. Harden does it every single year.
Every single year.
Basically. Maybe not 1 year or something.
Anyway,
Anyway, just give me your start bench cut. Just give me
No, I want to go to Rohan because I don't know mine.
All right, fine. Fraud is over there trying to tell me.
Unreal.
Unreal.
Like James Harden's like
This is
a trash
actually
player.
really tough, bro.
He's trash, bro. He's dookie.
He's not the same. We're
Right now,
in
he's not
agreement.
Dookie. I don't think he's bad right now.
Obviously not the same. We're asking if he's a freaking elite scorer. That's unreal.
That's
Crying.
actually unbelievable. That's so sad.
Literally in tears.
But we're asking, would you rather have Harden, Beal, or Mitchell? It's honestly very difficult.
I'd rather have James Harden than freaking Beal. That's what I'm telling you right now.
I think I would
I can
agree
see
with
the
that.
start. I think I can see the start for Mitchell, right? And then for the other two, I don't know.
Oh. Start Mitchell, really, Rohan.
Yeah, I can see the start for
Fair.
Mitchell.
That's fair plus valid. So starting Harden or
But why, Vivian, why Mitchell again?
Mitchell is
Because I know
fair.
you're like the biggest Jazz hater of all time. So
not. The team in general sucks, but Mitchell, I just feel like he can perform when the time comes down to, for the most part. And he's still in that part of his career where he's still gonna get getting better. What you have now from Bradley Beal, what you have now from James Harden, I believe that's just it. They might get a little bit better, like go back a little bit to what they were.
we're not
But
talking
they're
about
not gonna-
progression though.
We're talking about right now.
Even just right now.
But even right
Yeah.
now, I feel like he's
Okay.
probably a
Might
tiny
be,
bit
might be a
better.
bit debatable if any of these guys
performer
could be
right
first
now.
options, though.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think any of these guys could be first options, to be honest.
Now,
On
what
a
if I told you?
championship
Now, what
winning
if I
team?
told you Donovan Mitchell just this postseason had an absolute atrocity?
I know. I said for the
We
most
kinda
part.
know.
I said for the most part. I understand that he had a bad postseason run, but his whole team had a bad postseason run. So. And also Jad in 7 shoulders.
I think
said
I'm just
Mavis.
gonna. I think I might just have to cop out, and I'm gonna have to just go with what Vivin said.
Wow. 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 We're over here arguing with me, right?
Right now, I would probably
Debating.
have Harden over Beal.
Debating.
Actually, I could.
How-
I change it. No. Give me Harden, then Mitchell, then Beal.
Yeah. No, you changed it because you
I
don't
would
want
have,
you to be
I
right.
would have Mitchell, Harden, and then Beal.
See,
right
Rohan
now.
knows reality.
Well,
We have a Wizards super fan over there. It's alright. Being a fan of a team, nothing wrong with it.
Real people in the comments. The people that actually know the boo, right? They can let us know.
They'll
who's
agree
right
with
or
me.
wrong.
The finals or the final round of.
No, they'll
some
agree
of
with
the
me.
playoffs.
That's just what it is. They'll
That's
agree.
totally fine. All right, leave us. But everyone in the comments, please let us down below. Actually, I'm actually very interested to see what other people think because, like we already know, like for the most part, like we kind of know each other on terms of like basketball for a lot of things, right? But it'd be interesting to see other people comment on the start bench cuts here because I actually kind of want to see like reasoning. Like for all of a sudden, for all we know, the comment section could be filled with Beal's the best, and we're just like floored, right? So I don't know.
Beal next season.
I just
30
don't
points.
see any reality where Beal's the best.
Yeah, I could have put Beal above them as well. But even though I highly rate Beal, though, I feel like he could be really good. Could be.
Maybe a
Just
first
hasn't
option.
Shown it right now.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching this one. Anything final say from the boys other than go watch our TikToks down below in the comments or in the description rather, and leave us video ideas.
I got nothing but that.
Cool stuff.
Ronnie, take us out.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. See, peace.